and welcome back to the vlog. Hopefully I'm not as cheesy this week, and you're able to enjoy it a lot more. So as I said last time around, I love stories, I love sharing them, I love creating them, I love living inside them and knowing that my life is a story. And my role is just a small part in a much grander story that I cannot even begin to comprehend the complexities of. So this week, I'd like to take a look at a story that spoke a lot to me. As you might be able to tell by what's running in the background or what's on my shirt, I am a huge fan of superheroes. I love the narrative that they are able to share. If you look at my DVD rack, Blu-ray rack, today, now, it used to be DVDs, now it's Blu-rays. But if you look at that rack, you're going to find a ton of superhero-based movies and shows. And if you look through my music collection, you're going to find scores from the movies. But I love the way that they're able to explore themes and elements of normal everyday life on such a grand scale. And they're able to use this large canvas to narrow in and give us something that we can all relate to, even though that guy's flying through the air burning stuff with his eyes and able to look through my clothes and see my underwear. Well, anyway, on the monitor behind me, if you can make it out, it is a loop from a menu of Smallville. Yay! Smallville premiered my freshman year at college, and watching that premiere episode was, I still remember it today like it was yesterday. I was sitting in the lounge in our building, and I was the only one in there. And I had the TV on myself, and I got lost in that world right away. I've long been a Superman fan, and especially for what he stands for. Probably a little bit bigger of a Batman fan, but I do love me some good Superman. So yes, I was a big fan of Man of Steel, even though there are a lot of people that call it destruction porn. In season 9 of Smallville, in fact right at the end, right before they went on their summer break, there was an episode that involved a couple of strong female characters. There was Martha Kent and there was Lois Lane. And I love both of these characters. They're strong, they can carry a story, and they can carry an episode if you really give them the chance. Erica Durance and Annette O'Toole are probably my top 2 favorite actresses in the roles of Martha and Lois. But anyway, there's a sequence in this episode where Lois and Clark have been dating, and Lois has secretly been working with Clark because she doesn't realize that he's what they've come to know as the Blur, because he's not allowed to be Superman yet. And Lois she's kind of lost. She's searching for her purpose. She doesn't know what she's supposed to be here for. And there's this fantastic moment in the kitchen where Martha's making some dinner, Lois stops in to help, and they have this great conversation about Lois is searching for purpose and how Martha found hers unexpectedly. So, YouTube, I do not claim ownership rights to this clip, even though I own the DVD it's on. I do not claim to have created it, nor am I profiting off of it. It is merely being used for commentary purposes. Roll clip.
Gotta hand it to you, Mrs. K. Running Senate subcommittees by day, cooking rockin' meals by night. You put the M in modern woman. Me, I put the T in takeout. So, tell me all the news. How are you and Clark? Oh, everything's peachy. You know us. Chocolate and peanut butter, yin and yang, Tarzan and Jane. Okay, maybe not the pulling hair jungle love of it all.
Perry mentioned you aren't riding together. Is everything okay?
Yeah. Have you ever wanted to do something really important with your life? Right. The senator thing kind of says it all.
It wasn't easy for me to leave Clark and go to Washington. But a part of me really needed to take that next step.
That is exactly how I felt when I was talking to... this friend. We used to work together. And when I helped him, it was like I had a higher purpose. Like I was saving the world.
You know, after the glow of my wedding wore off, I wondered if I'd made a huge mistake following Jonathan to a small town where I didn't fit in. I went from a city socialite headed for law school to being a farmer's wife, marooned on an island of corn.
Sounds like Survivor Smallville.
You can imagine how I felt when I was offered a job interning for a federal judge. I just jumped at the chance. It was such an exciting time in my life.
But in the end, you didn't stay.
I came home on a rainy weekend and discovered the river was rising. So I pulled on work boots and went down to the river with Jonathan. We started throwing sandbags. We worked all night, holding back a wall of water. When the sun rose, I got to tell 20 families that it was safe to go home again.
The city girl saves the day.
I didn't know what my purpose really was until that rainy day. I just needed to look inside myself.
I love in this clip how Martha shares her purpose and how her purpose went from what she was expecting it to be, even though she didn't really know it, to what it was supposed to be. A big city girl coming out, living on a farm, and finding out why she's there. And it seems to, over the next season, really have helped Lois to figure out what her purpose is, why she's supposed to be here, what she's supposed to be doing. All that to say, we all have moments in our lives where we lose sight of our purpose. We wonder why we're here, what we're supposed to be doing. I went through that a while back. I got let go from my job. I was not expecting it. It was actually the first time I'd been fired in my entire adult life from any job. And I went through a period where I did not know why I was here, what I was supposed to be doing. I was searching for solid purpose. And eventually, God revealed that to me. I do know what my purpose here on earth is. I do know why I'm here. I do know what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. And it's amazing to see what that purpose is each and every day. So hopefully this clip and this vlog have helped you explore this idea of finding your purpose. And if you're still searching right now, if you're wondering what your purpose is, leave a comment. I would very happily love to walk through that with you and help you discover what your purpose is. I did that for over a decade as a youth pastor, walking through with so many teenagers trying to figure out why they were here. And if you found your purpose, share it with us. Share it in the comments. Let people know how you found your purpose. And if you're still searching, think about these questions. And if you figured it out, or even if you're still trying to figure out, it's always good to refresh yourself. Ask yourself, what am I passionate about? What can I do? How do I exist in such a way that it leaves a legacy, that it leaves an impact on those around me? Because I do believe, even though our purposes are incredibly varied and different, mine is going to be so different from yours. Even though those purposes are different, they all impact the story we live in, because we're all living the same story. We just have different parts. And your purpose leaves a legacy when you're gone. So leave a comment. Share your story. Share your purpose. And if you found it, live it. That's all I've got for this week. So you keep watching. I'll keep sharing stories.